Hello students, welcome you again in chemistry practical class. And in this class today we are going to cover a very important practical from titration, and the topic is titration between oxalic acid and KMnO4. As you can see on the board that our aim is find out the concentration of potassium permanganate solution in gram per liter, and for this purpose you are provided with a standard solution of crystalline oxalic acid of molarity m upon 40. Actually in this titration you are provided with two types of solution. One of the solution is oxalic acid solution and another solution is potassium permanganate solution, and we have to perform a titration between these two types of solution. And actually, we have to remember that KMnO4 is a oxidizing agent and oxalic acid is reducing agent in this titration. Okay, and how we have to perform this titration, I will show you. But before starting the titration, let us understand how we have to proceed in our notebook. Okay, let's see. First, we see the theory. According to this theory, potassium permanganate oxidizes oxalic acid. As I told you that potassium permanganate is oxidizing agent. So obviously it will oxidize oxalic acid in presence of sulfuric acid. So remember this thing, without sulfuric acid, this reaction will not be performed. So you have to use the sulfuric acid. Okay, and it is a redox titration. It is a redox titration because there is a oxidation and reduction. Both the things are taking place simultaneously. So that's why it is an example of redox reaction. Okay, and then after that you have to note down in your notebook the molecular equation. And if we see the molecular equation, you can see 2 moles of KMnO4 react with 5 moles of oxalic acid, crystalline oxalic acid, in presence of sulfuric acid. And then it forms potassium sulfate, manganese sulfate, carbon dioxide, and H2O. And in the whole reaction, is carrying out in ionic form like this: MnO4 minus ion changes into Mn2 plus ion. That means we can conclude that there is a reduction of KMnO4. Actually, here you can see the oxidation state of Mn in MnO4 negative is +7, and it is changing into +2. That means the oxidation number is decreasing. And if the oxidation number is decreasing, that means it is an example of reduction. That means potassium permanganate is undergoing reduction as it is changing into manganese sulfate. Okay. On the other hand, if we take the example of oxalic acid, here you can see the oxalic acid and oxalic acid ions. So here you can see oxalic acid is changing into carbon dioxide. And if we see the oxidation state of carbon in oxalic acid, so you will observe that the oxidation number is increasing. That's why oxalic acid is undergoing oxidation. Okay. Now talk about the indicator. In previous video we have already told you about the indicator. Indicators are those substances which indicate the completion of reaction. Okay, which tell us that the reaction has already completed. So here we have KMnO4 as indicator, but it is a self indicator because the reactant in a reaction, if act as an indicator, it is called self indicator, because externally we have not added the indicator. It is the indicator already present in form of reactant. So that's why it is a self indicator. And the endpoint, as we discussed earlier, is at the end point colorless solution turns light pink. Actually what happened when you perform the titration between oxalic acid and KMnO4, you know that the color of KMnO4 is purple, and when you add drop by drop KMnO4 solution into colorless oxalic acid solution, the color of KMnO4 disappear instantly as soon as it come down and come in contact with oxalic acid. But once a point is reached where the color disappearance stop, and that particular point is called endpoint. Okay, and we will find this endpoint not only once, but we will repeat the our experiment or this process twice and thrice, and we will record our reading in this table which has been given here. And in this table, as you can see, that at every time we will take 20 ml oxalic acid using pipette, and in burette we will fill the KMnO4 solution, and after putting 20 ml oxalic acid solution into the conical flask, and then we will let the KMnO4 solution come into the conical flask through the pipette, and then one by one we will take all the readings and we will record the readings here. Okay, and calculation will be done after, and it was the whole procedure which we will do during the titration. Okay, and this is the thing which we have to prepare already before starting the titration, and now we will see how we will perform the titration, and after that we will put the values, and then we will make some calculation and find out the correct answer. Okay, so are you ready? Let's see the titration. So, okay, students, let's see what type of instruments or apparatus we will use during this titration. Actually, for this titration, we need, the things we need is, one is pipette, as we have already discussed. It is 20 ml pipette, which we will use during the titration. And the second thing is the burette. Here you can see this is the burette, and we have burette fixed in a burette stand. Okay, and this is the clamp. This is clamp. This is burette. This is burette stand. Okay, we will require it. And next thing is we will also require a conical flask. Okay, this is 250 ml conical flask, and we require oxalic acid solution. We have taken oxalic acid solution in a beaker, and we have KMnO4 potassium permanganate solution. Okay, and actually oxalic acid solution is a standard solution whose concentration is known, as we have already discussed. Its concentration is m by 40. Okay, and this is the KMnO4 solution whose concentration has to be determined. We don't know the concentration of this solution. We will try to find out. And the next thing is this is the conical flask. Sorry, this is funnel, and this funnel we require to pour KMnO4 solution into the burette. Okay, and we also require a test tube. Test tube will be used to add some H2SO4 sulfuric acid into the oxalic acid, and also we require dilute sulfuric acid during the process. We will add this dilute sulfuric acid into oxalic acid. Okay, and as we know that this reaction carry out at about 50 to 55 degrees Celsius temperature, so we will require a sprit lamp and tripod stand and a gauge wire. Okay, and matchstick as well. So these are the things which we will require to perform this practical. Now we are performing the practical. Listen carefully and see the practical, observe the practical carefully, so that you will not face any problem while you are performing the practical. Okay, so are you ready for the practical? Let's see. First thing which we have to do is we have to pour, or we have to fill this burette with KMnO4 solution. Okay, whose concentration is unknown. Before filling it, just make assure that the stopper is closed, because if it will open, then the KMnO4 solution will come out. So just make sure that it is closed, and then fix this funnel on it, so that you can pour KMnO4 very easily. Okay, now fill this burette with KMnO4 solution. Very carefully, do this very carefully. Otherwise, some drop of the KMnO4 fall down and it will spoil your practical. And just make sure that while you are adding the KMnO4 solution into the burette, just make sure that it should be a little more above 0 mark से थोड़ा सा इसको ऊपर रखना है आपको. Okay, and now what we have to do next, as I said that the mark is above 0 here. इसका mark जो है वो 0 से थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा है. So you will have to make it 0. इसको 0 बनाना है. तो what will you do? Just let the mark down. Okay, now I have fixed it up to 0. Okay, I have fixed the mark up to 0. Now what next you have to do is, actually you have to fill this conical flask with 20 ml oxalic acid. So for this purpose we will use this pipette. And as I told you earlier that while you are putting oxalic acid into the conical flask, be careful. You have to suck it and like this. Use the index finger, don't use thumb on it. There is a mark which indicates the 50 ml in pipette. So fill it up to that mark. Okay, and after filling it, okay, just release it into the conical flask. Okay. Now we have okay. Now we have 20 ml oxalic acid into it. Now what we are going to do next, because as I told you earlier that we require sulfuric acid solution in this reaction, so we will fill this test tube with dilute sulfuric acid. While you are doing the experiment, so you can use the gloves as well, because these chemicals are very harmful, and we are very habitual of it, and we doing this practical very carefully. So you have to do this the same. So add this into the oxalic acid. Now we have oxalic acid with sulfuric acid. Okay. Now what we have to do next? Now we will start the titration here, but remember one thing: when you add first drop of KMnO4, the color will change. It will become the purple, and you will think that the reaction has completed. So remember this thing: the reaction takes place mostly at 50 to 55 degrees Celsius. So you have required the warm solution. So before starting the solution, you should have some spirit lamp so that you can maintain the temperature. Okay. Now we are taking the reading, 3 readings one by one, and then we will record these readings in this table. Okay. So let me fix the camera just close to it so you can easily see. Okay, so as we have already taken the 20 ml oxalic acid and sulfuric acid into it, now we will add drop by drop KMnO4 into this, and simultaneously we will maintain the temperature by heating it. Okay, we will just make it warm. You don't have to heat it so much, so that the temperature can be maintained. Otherwise it will be oxidized very rapidly, and you will not get the desired color. You will not get the end point. Okay, so let's do it drop by drop. Now the color will disappear. When the disappearance of the color stops, it will be the end point. Okay, now you can see that the color has disappeared. Again add some KMnO4 drop by drop. And the color will disappear soon. And steer the test tube, steer the conical flask continuously while you are adding KMnO4 solution into it. Sometimes what happen, if you heat directly, then it can break. So you can put it on tripod stand as well, so that the temperature can be maintained. You can do it. As you can see that color is constantly disappearing. It means the reaction is going on between oxalic acid and KMnO4. And at the point when the whole oxalic acid will react with KMnO4, the reaction will stop and there will be change in color. And you will observe that the whole solution will become purple. Okay, the whole solution will become purple at that point. So you have to attain that point. Now the disappearance of color has not stopped. And sometimes student ask, how we can check that what optimum temperature is required for this reaction. So you can, place it on your hand and you can observe that if you can easily, tolerate it, this temperature, that means it is the optimum temperature for it. Because it should not be very high, it should not be very low, it should be moderate temperature. And you can, touch your palm and you can feel that the temperature is moderate. Okay. Now the reaction is about to complete. Reaction is about to complete. When the you will see the you will see that the disappearance of the color stops. Then the reaction will complete, and that will be the end point. We will record that reading. Now let it come drop by drop, because the reading at near 20, reading is about to come. So you have to be slow when you come near 20. You have to be very slow. Yes. Yes, now the color has stopped and you can see the color. It is little bit dark, but the color should be very light. There should be light tint of KMnO4 solution. Okay. So this is the reading, and we will note down the reading. The reading is, just about 19. It is 19.1. So I will note down the reading here. It is 19.1. Okay. Let me show you the reading and then we'll proceed the next practical. Okay, let me show you the students how we have to take the reading. Actually, there is a process by which we can easily see the reading in burette. We can use a paper that we call anti-parallax paper. Okay, this anti-parallax paper, how we can use this anti-parallax paper? Actually we have to fold it twice. Okay, इसको इस तरह से fold करें. Now fold it and then again fold it, and after folding it what you have to do is you have to cut it like this. इस तरह से आपको इसे cut करना है. And once you cut it there will be two holes in it. इसमें दो holes बन जाएंगे. Now use this hole in burette to see the reading. Now how you can see the reading? Let's see. Let me use it like this. So what you have to do is you have to use this anti-parallax paper like this. Like this. This is the use of anti-parallax paper, and using this anti-parallax paper now you can see the reading because you have white background behind, and you can easily read and find the reading here, what reading we have. Okay, let me take it close to you. Now you can see easily the reading in it, what reading we have, because we have used the anti-parallax paper, and through this anti-parallax paper you can easily read at what reading we have in KMNO4. Okay, so we have 19.1. This is the final reading. Okay, so now what we have to do next? We will perform the same titration again with the solution filled 50 ml in burette, and we will take 20 ml in pipette, and we will repeat the same activity, and then we will write our observations here, and then we will do our calculation. Okay, and I am just taking two more observations and putting the value here, and then I will do the calculation. Okay, so I think you understood how we have to perform the titration of oxalic acid and KMNO4. Okay, so let's do the calculation. Okay, so students, let's do calculation. So before doing calculation, just see the observation table. Actually, first reading I have taken in front of you, and in which we got the value 19.1 ml. Okay, it is the volume of KMNO4 solution used. Okay, then I will repeat. Then I repeated, second and third time the same experiment, and I found that the values were 19.0 and 19.0. These two values were approx same. So that's why the concordant reading, two same readings are 19.0. So 19.0 ml KMNO4 solution is a concordant reading. We will use this concordant reading as calculation. Okay. So for calculation, what we are going to do, actually we know that if we see the equation of KMNO4 and oxalic acid, we see that 5 moles of oxalic acid are oxidized by 2 moles of potassium permanganate. That means that equivalent weight of this equal to this. ठीक है, तो इनको आप equal में रख सकते हैं. Now we can use this equation for the reaction, as we know that the 5 moles of oxalic acid are using, so its stoichiometric coefficient will be used in denominator. Similarly, the 2 moles of KMNO4 are being used, so its stoichiometric coefficient will be used like this. So using this formula, we can calculate M2, and we know that M2 is the molarity of KMNO4 solution. We should remember these things also, that M1 is the molarity of oxalic acid solution, that is M upon 20. This is given value. Okay, and next is volume of oxalic acid solution, that is 20 ml. It is also given. We know it is 20 ml. Molarity of KMNO4 solution, we have to calculate it. We have to find it, and the volume of KMNO4 solution used, we have obtained it in. It is 19.0. Okay, and it is concordant reading, and we have obtained this reading in this table through titration. Now what we are going to do, we will put these values in this formula. In this formula, if we put all these values, then we calculate, then we find that M2 equals to 1 upon 5 into 19.0 M molarity. Okay, so this is the molarity of KMnO4 solution. Okay, but we have to calculate the strength of KMnO4 solution. So how can we calculate? If we multiply molarity with molar mass or molecular mass, so we can find the strength. So strength of KMnO4 solution will be equals to molarity of KMnO4 and molecular mass. And here we have calculated the molarity. Okay, so I didn't solve it because we need strength. If in question molarity is asked, then you have to uh, solve it up to 4 point after decimal. Okay, and now what you have to do is place the molarity here, and molecular mass is 158, and just multiply them, and you will get that 1.6631 gram per liter. This is the strength of KMnO4 solution. It says that in 1 liter solution, 1.6631 gram of KMnO4 is dissolved. Okay, that is called strength of KMnO4 solution. Okay, the purpose of this KMnO4, this purpose of this titration was to calculate the solute dissolved in KMnO4 solution. Okay, the mass of KMnO4 solute dissolved in total solution. It was our aim. So now we have calculated it. So it was your practical of titration oxalic acid between oxalic acid and KMnO4. And we will see the next practical in next video. Okay.